The offer must be capable of creating a legal relationship. You understand what is a relationship, right? Two people are getting along socially, it's called a relationship. But when you are doing it legally, it's called a legal relationship. An offer must be such that when accepted, it will result in a valid contract. A mere social invitation cannot be regarded as an offer, because if such an invitation is accepted, it will not give rise to any legal relationship. A invited B to a dinner and B accepted the invitation. It is mere social invitation. A will not be liable if he fails to provide dinner to B, right? You call somebody to your house for dinner. They come. Since afternoon they don't eat anything, something. With a lot of hunger they come to your house and you say, no dinner. Today no current, no rice, no sambar, nothing is there. Don't, just get out. Maybe they will be angry with you. They will not talk to you for the next 10 years. But still they cannot do it. A legal case. They cannot file a case on it. Okay. So that is what it is. Social relationship or will not result in legal relationship. Social invitation cannot be regarded as an offer. Express the final willingness of the offerer. Sometimes a party doesn't express his final willingness but proposes it in terms on which he is willing to negotiate. Maybe if you are having a car, I am okay, but if you fix the steering or give me a new tire or maybe put a new Pioneer or some Bose audio system, something like that, right? So he's kind of not decided, it's not a final offer. In such cases, he is not making an offer because he is not expressing his final willingness to enter into a contract. Okay. It must be an expression of readiness or willingness to do. It must be an expression of readiness or willingness to do a positive act or to abstain from doing something, a negative act. பாசிட்டிவாக பண்ணலாம் ஆர் நெகட்டிவாகவும் பண்ணலாம். ஸ்டேயிங் அவே, வராமல் இருக்கிறது, பண்ணாமல் இருக்கிறது. அப்ஸ்டினன்ஸ், abstaining, staying away. So let us see the positive and the negative aspect. Example 1. X offers to sell his car to Y for rupees 1 lakh. It is a positive act. Example 2. X offers not to file a suit. I will not file a case against you. Against Y, if Y pays X the outstanding amount of 1 lakh. This is a negative act on the part of X. Right? So you understand the positive and negative act. The offer must be made by one person to another. Right? You cannot make an offer to yourself. X says to Y that he wants to sell his car to himself for rupees 1 lakh. There is no proposal because there cannot be no proposal by a person to himself. தானே தனியே अपने आपने எல்லாம் பண்ண முடியாது. Should be to somebody else. Different from a mere declaration of intention. Just putting your ideas out of your mouth doesn't make an offer. The offer must be distinguished from a mere declaration of intention. Such statement or declaration merely indicates that an offer will be made or invited in future. father wrote to his would-be son-in-law that his daughter would have a share of what he left after the death of his wife. It was held that letter was a mere statement of intention and not an offer. A broker of Mumbai wrote to Y, a merchant of Ghaziabad, stating the terms on which he is willing to do business. He is only merely stating the terms. What are the terms? You have to give me in the 20 days payment. You are given check. If you don't give, there will be some 10% interest. All are terms. I am willing to do business only in 20 bags, 30 bags like that, not below 10,000 rupees value. These are all terms. Okay. It's only stating the terms. It was held that the letter was a mere statement of intention. Statement of intention, not an offer. It is not a declaration. Offer is not a declaration. A notice that goods are stated in the notice will be sold by tender doesn't amount to an offer to sell. An auctioneer advertised in a newspaper that a sale of office furniture will be held in particular day. Maybe Calcutta, somebody is auctioneering. So you travel from Chennai to Calcutta, right, on the auction date. But the auction was cancelled. It was held that X cannot file a suit against auctioneer for his loss of time or expenses because there is no offer. It's only invitation to hold an auction. This is different. The offer is different from the invitation to offer. An offer must be distinguished from an invitation to offer. In case of an invitation to offer, the person making an invitation invites others to make an offer to him. He is calling upon people to make an offer to me. These are all the items I have. You make an offer to me. Example, goods were displayed in the shop for sale with a price tag attached on each article, and the self-service system was there. One customer selected the goods. It was held that display of goods was only an intention to offer. The selection of goods was offered by the customer to buy, and the contract was made when the customer accepted an offer to buy and received the price. A prospectus issued by the company for subscription of the shares and debentures is only an invitation to public to make an offer to buy the shares and debentures, which may or may not be accepted by the company. No term, the non-compliance of which amounts to acceptance. Means what? Either pannata, you are getting into contract, something like that. So you say a term, if you don't accept that, it becomes a contract. Okay. The offer must not contain a term, the non-compliance na, ada pannama irukkuradhu, non-compliance, not doing it, of which would amount to acceptance. It means that while making the offer, the offerer cannot say that the offer is not accepted before a certain date. It will be presumed to have been accepted. Right? The date munnala, if you don't do it, before this date, if you don't accept, it is assumed that you will be accepting it. So that kind of terminology is not acceptable as an offer. Known term on non-compliance. Let us see an example. X writes a letter to Y. I offer to sell my car for 1 lakh. If I do not receive your reply by Friday next, I will assume that you have accepted the offer. Y doesn't reply, it doesn't mean that he has accepted the offer. So that kind of negative thing you cannot create inside the offer. Right, there are two persons here, X and Y. He says, X says, if you don't reply by Friday, I'll assume the proposal is accepted. So this concept is not okay. Communication of special terms or standard form contracts. Special terms also should be communicated. Special terms means like this is what I will do, this place I will accept. It should come along with that. There are two products sold together. If you are quoting, you have to quote for that also. So those kind of things. Special terms of the offer not communicated, the offer you will not be bound. The question of special terms arises generally in case of standard form of contracts. Standard contracts are made with big companies like insurance, railways and shipping. Since such companies are in a position to exploit the weakness of general public by including certain terms in the contract which may limit their liabilities, it is provided that special terms of the offer must be brought to the notice of the public. So if you see an insurance contract, there will be small letters at the bottom, the sentences at the bottom. So even in a TV advertisement, they will read it very fast, or a radio, they will read it very fast. So that's how those things are also communicated as a mandatory rule in the country.